So we had a big void in the market, right? This is as a result of the market opening from different price of the initial closing. So I think that's the easiest explanation for it, right? So this is USD JPY to our time frame. So we got a huge void right here. You can see it. A huge imbalance. You can call it imbalance, you can call it void, however that you see fit, right? But I feel like this is going to be like this is definitely going to be our drawn liquidity, right? Because there's no way that price is going to leave that void all filled up like that. So I believe that this is our drawn liquidity. What I'm trying to look for is the icon used for for showing drawn liquidity. Well, it's not there. It's not there. So without saying it, let's proceed to our initial analysis. All right. So then, once again, you've seen the void, and other things tends to occur in almost every pair except crypto. I'm not aware if this actually occurred on crypto. So I did had an analysis on Bitcoin USD. That's what it's called, right? So, but yeah. So I'm expecting USD JPY to at least fill up this gap and all that, and then let's check out another pair. So on US 30, we got um, liquidity taking. That's what it's called, right? So we had our own imbalances there, big imbalance that price actually mitigated, right? And then let's mark out the draw, which is at least the important one. So we had the void, high of the void, and then we had the low of the void. So let's say that we had a candlestick instead of the void initially, because what tends to cause this void, like I said earlier, is, let's say that price is just displacement when it comes to price opening, right? Just simple as that. So then just imagine a candlestick at that place that void is, right? Sometimes it tends to fill it up, right? But then again, I'm not saying that you going to just buy in to fill up the void another. I'm just like you have to work with market structure, right? As you can see here, we had a huge sweep. Market took out the previous day high, and then at least we're expecting price to trade lower, which on Friday I was actually selling this pair on US 100, right? I had buyers for them, but given that it was Friday, I couldn't like hold on to the pair onto the trade. I had to like close it, and I closed it in loss. But then that's that. So US 30 and US 500, S&P 500 are showing the same signs, right? We had the void here as well, an imbalance, and then expect price to trade lower to that imbalance, right? But not just don't just say to just taking entry straight away that you want price to just trade to the imbalance. That's just not how it works. So we have US 100. Have I checked US 100? Yes, I did. So let's go to Forex pairs. I thought that I had a markup on this Forex pair, but yeah. So what do we have here? What do we have here? What do we have here? Void, void, void. Almost every pair has that void, right? And then I might be trading this pair this week. I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to like look at the price action, right? It's actually neat. Look at it. It's clean. It's clean in a way, right? So we have a lot of pockets of liquidity, and if you check this place, you had a void, yes, and then price actually filled it, but it wasn't immediately. Was it? It wasn't, because as you can see, price dropped lower first before actually going up. And then US 100, US 100. I think that's all, right? That's all for me. Or at least you know that our buyers for the week, we are going to fill up this void. We are going to wait for entry to fill up the void, and then we might trade lower. But as it is today being Monday, I'm not going to trade, right? So this is a daily time frame. So let's say that price closes above, then on Tuesday expect price to close above that void, right? Or at least trade to it.